Hello there, builders. This is another tutorial for model kit building. Unlike my other two tutorials, which is basically for those who want to give it a try, this is a tutorial for what you need when you are, when you're getting into this hobby. When you want to start building more model kits than just the one, to give it a try. This is everything you will need to build a model kit, just to build it, not to make designs into it, to decorate or anything. This is just to build the model kit right out of the box. There are more tools for that, and I don't have those tools, and I do not have the skills for that. I'm still sticking with just building the model kit out of the box. So these are all the tools you will need. The first thing you will need is a place in your household to build this model kit in, because there are model kits out there that will take you up to 5 hours to build. Trust me, it will. So you will need a table, a place in your household to build the model kit and just have it there. Like when you get tired of just cutting pieces out, sticking them in together, you can just leave it there and then come back to it later. That's what the first thing you need. The second thing you'll need is a cutting board. You will be using a cutting board for many things, mostly to keep your table clean. If you don't want to get the table dirty, I don't mind getting my table dirty. That's why I have a small one. So yeah, you need a cutting board. The next tool, self-explanatory, but I'm not sure if it is, an X-Acto knife. You will need an X-Acto knife for cutting sandpaper and your decals. There are other reasons why you use an X-Acto knife, so you will need an X-Acto knife. Something I recently found out is, and nobody really explains this, one blade per model, and that is true, one blade per model. So make sure you buy blades, because honestly, once you go through that first model, the blade is really dull, and I couldn't tell the blade was dull because, yeah, I'm still a beginner. But yes, second tool, well, there's pincers, tweezers. You will need these for your decals and stickers. There is a difference between decals and stickers, so you will need this. The next item in your list should be a marker. You will need a thin edge marker, and the reason why you will need it is because there's a thing in the model community called fine point, and what fine point means is basically you're just adding a little extra detail to your model kit. So for example, I'm going to show you with these two. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell which one is the fine point. If you can, is this one. See how much detail it is on this, on the right leg and then the left one? Or yes. That's what fine point means. It means you're adding detail into it. You're making those designs pop out with fine point. You're making the model kit designs pop out. So that's what fine point means. You basically just gotta trace over the lines. There are markers out there meant for fine point, and I would suggest to buy one of those, but I've been using this and it's been working great for me. I'm surprised I haven't damaged the tip. I'm pretty sure I have, but yes, so there are markers out there for fine point, and that's what fine point means. The next tool in your list is going to be sandpaper. Sandpaper is used for a couple of reasons, and mostly, like I'm going to show you here, this leg, there's a little, the center, the wedge here, and with sandpaper I will be able to clean that off. This happens because this is where the piece was attached to the frame, so I didn't cut it well enough to cut this piece off. So I would just sand that off. Same thing with here. I will just sand that off. There's a couple imperfections that I left here on purpose when I first built this on my last video. So yes, I would just sand all those pieces off. And this is something that nobody explained to me, and why you need different grades of sandpaper. So the reason you need different grades of sandpaper is you start off with a rough edge. When you start off with a rough edge, it will leave scratches behind. So what you want to do is go up slowly until you reach the soft one, the softest sandpaper, and that will get rid of the scratches slowly. Each one feels a little different, and the numbers here, I will explain that right now. The numbers means how soft it is, or how much particle of sandpaper there is, how rough it is. So the lower the number, the rougher it is. The rougher the sandpaper is. The higher the number, the softer it gets. So what you want to do is work from low to high when you're sanding pieces off like this. So keep that in mind. You want to go from low to high when you're sanding pieces off. Nobody really explains that well enough. I tried looking up videos, but I eventually figured it out myself. I even went to sandpaper tutorials on what is sandpaper, why does this matter, and eventually one video I found, one video that explains that this is what it does. You want to go from low to high because you're going to leave scratches behind, and so by using the low one first, the lowest number first, and then going up, it slowly gets rid of those scratches. So that's what the numbers of the sandpaper means. You want to go from low to high to slowly get rid of those scratches and leave yourself a nice smooth edge. The next tool or item you will need, it's cement. Mr.Cement. You will need this. This is used for plastic. This is glue for plastic. A bunch of model kits will tell you to use glue, but instead of using glue, use this. So the difference between this and glue sticks on, and you have glue in the middle. And then eventually, if you move it long enough, those two pieces, it will break off with the glue. What this does, you put this on and it will melt the pieces together. That's what this does. There's I don't know what chemicals it is, but this chemical melts plastic together. It doesn't melt it right away. You do have chances to like, oh, I messed up. And like, no, you can peel out the piece and put it back properly. When you use this, it does take a little longer for it to dry and melt because it's, for one, first it's melting the piece slowly, and then when you stick it on, it will like slowly melt together and it will dry like that together. So that's what this does. This is better than glue if you want to properly make a model kit. This is better than glue. And there are professionals that I didn't know about this until I saw a video of it. They use this Mr. Cement for a different reason. For example, see this. If I were to like cut a hole in here, if I were to cut a hole in here, how would I fill that in? Well, what they do is if you cut too deep into the piece when you're cutting the piece off, what they would do is grab glass jars, not plastic jars, because remember, this does melt plastic. Slowly, but it will melt plastic off. They grab glass jars, they fill it in not too high, they fill in the jar not too high in the glass jar, and then they grab the frame that the model piece came out of, because it will match the color, cut tiny pieces off out of it, fill it in not too high, just enough to fill in the jar, like the whole jar. They just cut enough for that, leave it there for like a day, and then come back with a brush, open it, and just fix their mistakes. That's what they do. I didn't know about that. I have model kits that I have made mistakes on, and I have yet to do that because I haven't had the time to do that. So yes, Mr. Cement is perfect for you. And then the next tool, well, will be self-explanatory. Cutters. You need cutters. Make sure you get thin edge cutters like this, because the pieces come too close together, and then sometimes you will make mistakes and cut the piece off. I have done it myself. I'm pretty sure other people have done it, and eventually you'll learn to pay attention of where you're cutting off. So make sure you grab thin edge. Don't, I know in the jewelry section there are these, because this is where I grab these. On my Hobby Lobby area, I grabbed these in the jewelry section. They were $5, while these were $10. And I decided not to get these, and I grabbed these. And the mistake was quite clear what I did. This doesn't let me see where I'm cutting the piece from, because it has a thick edge, and I have cut pieces off by mistake. And yes, so make sure you grab one with thin edge so you can see where you're cutting off. The next, this is not a tool, but this is more like a tip of the differences of decals and stickers. So this is a sticker decal that came with my model kit. The difference between the stickers and decals, you should be able to tell. Decals have clear seen numbers, as you can see. Stickers have dark numbers. I'm not sure if it's like this in all model kits, but so far I've been cutting Gundams, so this is how they show their differences. These are all stickers right here, while everything else is it's decals, because they're clear numbers. And you're probably wondering what decals are. I have no idea. I tried looking up the definition of decals, and all they say it's a piece of plastic for stickers. And I'm like, okay. So I sort of know, like I sort of figured out that, yes, decals are stickers for plastic or other types of material that's not paper or wood. That's what decal is. I've been doing heavily research about it, and nobody seems to explain that difference between decal and stickers. That's what literally decals is. They're stickers for plastic, metal, or other types other than paper or wood. And there are 3 different types of decals. This is the sticker decal, because you just stick these pieces, you just take these pieces off and stick them on. So that's why they're with the stickers, because these are just stick, peel, peel, stick, sorry. The other type of decal is a try on decal. For that you will need to cut the piece out, put the piece onto wherever you want to put it, and just rub on it. That's dry on decal. The way you can tell it's a dry on decal, I wish I had one but I don't, is basically, I'm not sure if you had as a kid those fake tattoos, how it comes with a clear white sheet. That's how those clear decals come. Like, it's basically putting a tattoo on a model kit, just rubbing it on, and there you go, you put on your tattoo. It's clear too, so you'll be able to tell that's a clear decal, a dry on decal, I mean, because it's the whole thing, it's not like color like this is greenish bluish. So this is a, you can tell this is a sticker decal. The dry on decal is just clear, so you have to use your X-Acto knife to cut those and rub it, and it will stick on like a tattoo. And then there's a third one, which is water decal. That one, the paper that comes with, it's basically blue. It's all blue, that way you can tell it's a water decal. You cut the piece out and you soak it in water. You grab a small cup or something, and you cut the piece out, put it in there, leave it for 10 seconds with your pincers on the water cup, and then you grab it and you stick it on your model kit. What makes the difference between those and this? I have no idea what the difference between the three of them are. I guess some just like just rubbing it on, sticking it on, or using the complicated method and using the water. So those are the three different types of decal and the one type of sticker. The next thing you will need is Mr.Mark softener. What this is it's for decals only. I try using it on stickers, don't work. It's for decals for this very reason, as when you use a decal, you stick it on here and it won't, you can see how this piece pop out with the fine point, and there's like this piece is higher than this piece, so you try your best to go into it so it will go in and make it look nice. So what this does, Mr. Mark softener, what this does, it doesn't melt, but it softens the plastic on the decal, so it will stick on. Like it makes it like, I have no idea, but it makes it soft enough that you can go just tap a little bit to make it curve, and it will look nice and seamless. That's what this does. It only does it to decals. There is a video out there that explains this a lot better. I really wish I could explain it better, but I will only use this. I don't use the other one. I forget what it's called. I think it's a mr.mark center. I believe that's what it's called. They use that to basically do the same thing, but like it doesn't ruin the decal. If you're careful with this, it won't ruin the decal when you're sticking on the stickers, decals. So yes, that's everything you will need for basic modeling building. I guess I will go in my next video. I will show you how to use these tools more well. But this is all the tools you will need for just building the model kit straight out the box, not doing any design work or painting or anything like that. This is everything you will need to build your model kits. I really wish I explained decals better, but if I miss anything, please leave a like and subscribe. And a comment to see what I miss and what I did not explain well enough, because I try my best. So thank you, bye.